Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. This is Joe with St. Bernard Acres, and I'm out here tonight kind of field testing a new backpacking bushcraft camp stove that a friend of mine gave me like an early Christmas gift. So I thought, you know what, it's cold out. I'm going to be using it primarily out in the cold. So why not try it out, heat up a cup of water, make me a cup of hot chocolate on a cold evening like this. So I've got my Stanley cook set, because my green cups are in this, and some water, hot chocolate, and some fuel for the stove. It's got an alcohol stove. So let's see what's in the package first. Then I'll zoom in and actually set up the stove and light it and show you how it works. See if I like it or if you'll like it. This is a, I guess you would call it a budget-friendly stove. They're around $50. But for as much as you get, it's kind of hard to complain about it. This is the base that it will sit on. That goes in for the pot holder. I'll show you that when I get to it. This piece is a little pot, a little frying pan or cup or whatever you want to use it for. It also has a dual purpose that I'll show you. You have a little rag for cleanup after you're finished. This, by the way, is from Alocs. It's their 7-piece camp stove cook set. And it comes with this Trangia type. You know, Trangia is almost a common name. They call all alcohol burning stoves. But this one is made by Alocs, so we'll try it out. And let's see, we have another nice pot here. With the rubber handles. So that's a pretty decent cooking pot for 1 or 2 people. What is that? 24 ounces of water up to here. I mean, it'll hold plenty. Then you have the main windscreen part of the stove. And the way this is all going to work together, let me zoom in now. And this is all anodized aluminum. Let me say that too. So let me zoom the camera in and put this together and fuel it up and show you how it works. So hopefully you will be able to get to see this as it's dark out. This base has 3 little nipples on it. I don't know what you call those little buttons. Raised buttons. And they go into these holes and will lock into the windscreen. If you can see that. It's going to go like so. You twist. Once you get them in there, you twist it. Now it's locked in. And that becomes the stove, the base and the windscreen. And the pot holder is going to set in like so. There's some little tabs sticking out that hold this. And it's very hard to do with gloves on. Should have taken my gloves off. But it's cold out. And then your pot will sit on it like so. This is the alcohol stove. And one of the things you will notice is this pops off. This is your snuffer. Now is where I have to take my gloves off. This has a little handle that pops out for you to snuff out the flame with, and that'll turn, and you can kind of adjust the flame a little bit. This is the top off the stove. This will unscrew, and if you notice, there's a rubber gasket in there. I hope you can see that. This can be carried with fuel in it if you want it to. you could fill it full of fuel and carry it and none will spill out. I think that's a pretty nice feature. But let me fill up the stove. I'm going to use a couple of ounces of heat. Because it works so good. Hopefully that's a couple ounces. Seal that back up. Your stove, once you get your fuel in it, your stove is going to ride in here. Now, take your pot holder out. Your stove is going to ride in there, just like so. Put your pot holder back on. And I'm going to try to light this backwards if I can. Alright, we have flame. We have heat. I have to wait for that to get what they call full bloom. But you can see the heat. You can see the flame. Oh yeah. Put my gloves back on. Give that time to warm up. Sorry I couldn't light it backwards. I had to turn it around. A couple of things about this I'll mention. In a scenario that you are trying to be stealth, this is smokeless. There's no smoke with this. And it's very difficult to see the flame from a distance. So you could heat up something to eat without giving away your location if you wanted to. I suppose that's one way to look at it. Put my pot on here. Put in some water. Let's bring this to a boil. See that? A lid. And once we bring this to a boil, I'll be able to have some hot chocolate, which will warm me up very nicely. I have no idea how long this will take, but I don't think it'll take too long. A few minutes. I like the way the stove is burning. I'm pleased with that so far. I'm getting bubbles already. Wow. The pot sits on there nicely. You definitely could cook on that. Let's see if I can zoom in on that a little. That's a nice flame. Now, this was a really nice gift from my friend. I really appreciate this. It's not too big. It's very lightweight, and it'll go in my pack just fine. It'll be a nice little addition when we're out bushcrafting and you know, if you want a quick meal or you know, a cup of hot chocolate, something to warm you up, you don't have to build a big fire and boil water over a big fire. This, I imagine, you could do in, you know, 10 minutes total. Uh, and get my cup out. I think this would fit on that pot holder just as easily. In fact, I may try that on one of my future videos. Oh, it's almost at a boil. Nice. So I'll tell you how long this took once I get home, had it to be. I didn't set up a timer or my phone or anything like that to time how long it took to boil. This is not a scientific experiment. I'm just telling you it's going to work. And something else I like about this fuel, there's no scorching on the pot. I don't see any black at all. There's no soot, nothing like that. So I'm happy with that. Yeah, I see bubbles coming up. Give it about 30 more seconds. I like it. And I can set this up, turn this a little bit, open it up, and let the flame simmer. Keep the pot hot, keep it warm, not boiling. Pour my next cup if I wanted to. That's plenty hot enough. Ooh, look at that. I didn't bring my spoon with me, so I'm gonna have to use a pin to stir up my hot chocolate. But that'll work. Boy, that flame is really going. I'm very impressed with this. You put it out. That's all it took to put it out. Now, of course, I gotta let it sit here. Wow, there's still a bunch of fuel left. I put in a couple ounces. I bet that would go another 15 or 20 minutes. But I'm gonna let everything cool off now. Go dump the rest of my water. But you can see it's still hot. I mean, it definitely did the job. Take this part off. Just set that right there. But you see the bottom of that pot? No soot, no burning, no nothing on it. That's just awesome. And this should not take too long to cool down. Drink some of my hot chocolate. Oh gosh. That hits the spot. I'll screw my lid back on it. Snap my snuffer on. This is going to go back together. I better check that with my bare hand, make sure I'm cool. Oh yeah. So, I'll put all this back together. And that is how compact it folds up. And then, if I can do this with gloves on, there it is. Ready for another day. So yeah, this one definitely gets a thumbs up by me. The Alocs 7-piece camp stove set is what it is. And it worked perfectly. Again, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Hope that was, you like this kind of video. I've never really done much as far as review and use and field testing stuff goes. But I thought this would be fun, and I told my friend I'd do it for him. So Matt, thank you very much, buddy. That was a great gift. I'm going to use the crap out of it. And he gave me a set of the speed stakes, the tent stakes with the speed tie things. I'll have to show those to you too. Those are pretty awesome looking. And that'll definitely be room in my pack for those. But here's to you, Matt. Thank you for the Christmas gift a little early. This is Joe with St. Bernard Acres. I'm out. Cold.